And say there's a brand new cross stitch.
Hello, I'm Jessica.
I'm Jeanette.
And we are So Sweet Quilt Shop in Brunswick, Missouri. And today we're going to do our little chat. We've already been discussing that we don't have much progress this week.
We're just going to share.
Yeah, we're just
no judgment.
Yeah, don't be judging us. Just been busy. I don't know, my daughter had a basketball thing and I've been trying to paint at home. And anyway, just had a lot going on. So not a whole lot of time.
And 7 days fly by. It's like I was telling her, in 7 days, I don't always get a lot of progress. Now, if you looked at me 2 weeks from now, maybe I'd have a little more.
Yes, not a lot of sewing progress, but I got other things done. Right?
Worked.
Worked, painted, some other life things. So
yeah.
Okay, so we each brought 8 projects from our sewing spaces. Now 2 of mine are actually things that we put together here in the shop yesterday that I thought, oh, those are cute, I'll share those. I kind of want to make those. And if, like I said, we are a shop, so if anything we share, we have the book, the kit, the pattern, we'll tell you that. And then on Friday on Facebook, we do live shopping. And so some of the things that you see here, you'll see on that live shopping for purchase. So you can always go over there and watch, and it's just 30 items in 30 minutes. So it's pretty short and to the point.
And to the point.
Yes. So anyway, we'll get started.
Okay. So, well, you did mention that if they wanted to buy something, they could. Did you mention that?
I think so.
I don't remember.
We
don't really
we don't really listen to each other.
It's like, okay, I've heard of that spill a million times. So when we do talk about our items, we will say if it's for sale, but it's not like we know the price necessarily.
So you can see it on Friday, Facebook, if a lot of times.
But if you call us after this is over and you just dying to have whatever, we'll discuss then what the price is. And we do flat rate shipping, $7. Anything over $100 is free shipping. Okay, so we're gonna get started now because I don't think she said that. Okay, I have my little notebook. I have 8 things wrote down. The first thing I'm going to show you is my cross-stitching progress. Wherever it is, right there. It's in a different bag. I put it in a different bag. Okay, so this is really what I got done the most of, and that was simply because I would sit in the chair in the evening for maybe an hour each evening and stitch. So that is the pattern. It's 2 Quaker Sisters by Modern Folk Embroidery, and that's 2 different pieces of cross stitch. And I bought this somewhere else. We don't have it, and I've made great progress. So
yeah, you have. You've got quite a bit done.
It's all one color, which is kind of nice to do. And then those little letters, it's my first time to stitch over 1, and this is 32 count. I think I said last week it was 36, but I actually physically counted an inch, and it's 32 count. So yeah, look how tiny that is, stitching over 1. Ooh.
Yeah, a little tedious thing.
But this, the first one is about half done. That's about half of it for the first one.
And what kind of thread are you using? Just DMC?
I'm using Weeks mascara.
Okay.
Which is, I mean, it's black, so you could have gotten by easily with a 310, but the hand dyed has been washed and rinsed, and I thought, you know, in case this ever got wet,
yeah,
the black maybe wouldn't bleed compared to like a DMC that has not been done that way.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to show you, I know I showed you this last week, but I'm going to show it to you again because, you know, that's how I'm going to roll today. So we put together all these little runners. This pattern is in the shop, Modern Holiday Volume 2, and it has all 6 of those in it. And we've kitted each one separately, and then we've been selling them separately. So you buy the pattern and then you can buy all the kits. So you
pick and choose your kits that way.
Yes. And so I did the posies, which is one I was going to bring today, so I did get the binding sewn on it, but I forgot it at home.
You kind of see it right there.
Yeah. And so then I took home the leaves to do, and I haven't started yet, but I'd like to. But anyway, these are going to be the leaves. So we do have this kit here in the shop. Won't that be pretty?
That'd be really pretty.
The background is this Essex linen.
Natural.
And then this is the little
stem. A limb. Leaves grow on a limb, but it's a stem for the leaves.
And I think this one is actually the binding.
I think it's the binding because it's a bigger cut.
Yep.
That'd be really pretty.
Yes. Now that I've opened it, maybe that'll entice me more. The other thing is my sewing room's been messy and So I'm avoiding it like the plague. But this morning I cleaned it up, so.
Yeah, sometimes you do have to rework in there to even be able to work.
Yeah, I cleaned it up, and then I actually sat down and sewed for about 20, 30 minutes.
This morning?
After it was clean. I'm like, see, you should just clean it when you're frustrated.
Yeah.
You don't want to be in here.
Yeah, I would love to go in there, but I have been cleaning out a camper, and I've got company all weekend coming, and so I've also been, fine-tuning the house, the yard, all those things. All right, so my second thing I'm going to show you is we do a year of runners out of this book, Table-tastic 3. What's down here? Looks like that. So we are, we've got them, I think, all 12 cuts, so we're just making them staff-wise. Everybody's
Yeah, someone
made several.
asked me yesterday if we had August done, and that's actually the one you took
That's
home.
what I'm going to show you next. I haven't even started.
It's kind of
I jumped ahead and got October done because October was a fast one.
Yeah.
And so I showed you last week I had the binding sewed on, and now I'm about halfway done with the hand sewing of the binding.
It's pretty. So this is October's kit.
And it's called Mansfield. It's really pretty fall colors. That dark green is a French General Basic. And I want to say it's like 20 by 52, so it's a nice long table runner.
Yes, very nice. Okay, so actually what I sat down and sewed this morning after my room was clean was this hourglass.
No brain.
Thinking.
No have
It's
to use
all
the brain at
sitting
all.
there, ready to go. But this is a free pattern that I printed off of Cluck Cluck Sew, and it's an hourglass scrap quilt, and I have been just leader and ender
Project.
I don't think endering.
Endering is a word. Endering.
Anyway, I've been making blocks, so I need a lot of blocks, and I started with just 5-inch squares, and you put them right sides together, sew, cut, and then you end up with 2. Yep. So anyway, that's what I did this morning after my room was clean.
And she needs 3,000 of them, so she has a ways to go.
Yeah, and I'm not counting, I'm just making them.
Let the stack get bigger.
Yeah, until the bag is full, and then I'll start putting them together. Maybe.
Okay, so I don't know if I showed this last week. Maybe I didn't, but this is August.
This is August. Someone asked yesterday.
So this is out of that Table-tastic 3. This will be August. Look at the
really pretty. I love the
pretty
colors. Yeah.
I guess I could open it up so you could see more of it.
And that'll entice you
But
to sew it.
yeah, maybe. Well, it won't happen today. It won't happen maybe till Monday next week.
Right.
When my weekend's over. My dad turns 80 this weekend, so that's part of the big celebration. So there you go. This is the background, so where you see the white will be this, and it looks like a French General. Is that a Moto woven?
It's a woven, I believe.
So it's a really light, kind of
yeah,
gray.
so that's where all the white is.
So this red is the main print, so that's going to be around this, I think.
That little middle, yep.
And this is the accent, so I think where they have maybe a black, or they have a navy blue, that's where this accent is. And it goes down that chain. And then all these pieces, of course, are all your little strips.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hard to see, but that block there is actually 2 different colors. It's a black, and we're gonna do this black and then this piece. So you'll be able to really see it, yeah.
And then that's your little background. So it's a 32-inch square, so which is a really good size. Again, almost a baby quilt.
Yeah, you could do it as a baby quilt for sure.
With a little minky on the back. It'd be really cute. So anyway, that is $39.50 if you was to buy the August small, but you would need the book also if you haven't purchased that yet.
Okay, so I'm going to show you my Sweet Kisses. This is the one that we did as a sew along on our private Facebook group. Mom got it done, Barb who works here got it done, and I just have like maybe 20 blocks done.
Well, you have been distracted from other projects.
Yes, so anyway, I think they're turning out so cute. I'm excited to get it done.
Yes.
And so the prints, the tone-on-tone prints, we actually cut these here in the shop.
We just call them low volume packs. I think they are in quarter yards.
Yeah,
We did some for a while that were third yards, so there may be a few of them left too that are low volume packs. But that way you have more options than just doing a fat quarter. You could do strips with your low volumes.
Anyway.
Yeah, nice little stack.
Yep, there's a little attached one
I
there.
think I brought mine. Yeah, I'll be showing mine next.
Yeah, hers is done. Mine's
Only
just
because
blocks.
I have the binding cut. That's the progress, right?
Yes.
The strips are cut. So it's going to be that pretty chalk and charcoal yellow binding. So I'm going to show you the quilt, Sweet Kisses. She showed you the blocks, but I'll show you mine done. And it's been done for a while, and the girls have got it quilted probably 2 weeks ago.
And Mom did a minky on the back, so it's so soft. Yeah, it's awesome.
It's just an awesome quilt, period. I just love this quilt. Sweet Kisses. So we do have the pattern here, and we also sell the low volume packs.
Yes, very nice.
So pretty. Okay.
Okay, so I made, oh, here it is. Like, dang it, I forget that too, but no. So I had shown this fat quarter pack that I had gotten a long time ago and wanted to do something with. So I made this Lady Goose quilt, little Villa Rose card, so fast, only uses 10 fat quarters in a background, and the girls got it quilted yesterday.
Oh, how cute.
So it is ready for binding.
It's a neat Essex linen she's got in there that's got little specks in it, so it's very textured on top of it being an Essex linen.
And then this
Oh.
fun backing I got out of the sale room.
How fun is that?
Yeah, looks perfect on there. The design, the quilt design is called Fanfare, and you can really see it on this quilt. I love this design.
It's
I use it a
great,
lot.
it's a great pattern to pick if you really want to fill up some negative space and still do an edge to edge, so you don't have the expense of a custom.
Yeah, but just a really quick sew. You know, if you need to get a quilt done, use up some fabric, there you go.
I think it's 10 fat quarters.
Yes, it is. 10 fat quarters and a background.
Quite a bit of background, but 10 fat quarters.
2.5 yards.
Okay.
And it's 64 by 80, so it's a pretty good size quilt.
Pretty good size quilt too. All right, so I'm going to show you some cross stitch progress, and I worked on this just a tiny bit, folks. So this is Miss Eliza sampler. Look at all the pretty bright colors. We do have the book here. So I even took it out of the clips. But there is some progress. I just barely went around another row right here. But oh my gosh, that's a lot more to go. And this is done with a wool type thread, so it really has a lot of texture, which to me makes it look even more antique, like needlepoint almost. And I can't remember the brand of it. Oh, let me look on it here, see if it says. Sue Spargo. Sue Spargo wool thread. It's on a ring, all in little bags. But because it is a wool blend, I have to use thread conditioner to get it to lay nice, or it's fuzzy. That's the best way I can explain it. It is fuzzy.
Fuzziness. Okay, so I think I showed you this already, but I'm going to show you again.
I love that
It's
quilt,
the
though.
theme of today. Grandma's Girl. I've made this several times. Again, it's just a really quick sew, a nice way to use fabric. We have these kits in the shop, and they are our sweet cut kits, so everything's
Totally
cut
cut.
out for you. But I did get binding sewn on, and I couldn't remember if I had shown you that. So anyway, there's my binding. It's sewn on. It just needs to be put down by hand.
So this is little Villa Rose card, as you can see, but it calls for 40 10-inch squares. So if you have a layer cake just sitting around and you want to get it put to use, then this is a great one to use.
Yeah, it's very fast.
And then she's used a lot of different backgrounds, but you could use all the same if you chose to do that. But I love the scrappiness of the backgrounds.
Yeah, I mean, it actually, using the scrappy background is part of the quilt. But I mean, yeah, you could break it up and do something different. I
Yeah,
guess.
you could almost, I mean, you could just make it with a background of a couple yards. It doesn't really say that on there, but you could if you didn't have all them low volume scraps.
Yes.
Okay, so what's the next thing I'm going to show you? Now I'm back to her theme. I haven't sewn. So I have Sunny Kisses. That is a block of the month that I am working on here at the shop. We do have the pattern, and this one is kind of fun because we haven't done this in a long time as a row along. So you're doing a whole row a month. So for August, which is number 5, we'll be 5 months in. is going to be all them little, they're piece blocks, but I don't know what you'd call them, kind of a starburst looking thing to me. But look at the pretty little package still sitting there, all rolled up. But that gives you an idea of what our block of the months look like. We've actually rolled each star block, so you're not
Very
guessing.
organized.
You're not guessing about what goes with what color. Background's in there. And of course, you've already had the pattern, so you're good to go. But that's for August, and I'd like to get this August done before I leave on vacation, which is coming right up too.
Yeah, it's like a week and a half away. Good luck.
Well, once this 80th birthday party is over and all my company leaves, I'm hoping I have a few days to do some of that sewing room stuff before I leave.
Yeah. Okay, so I know I've shown you this, but I want to make this Maggie quilt. And we have these Jen Kingwell, the line is called Greenstone.
Greenstone sounds right.
Yes, and so we bought the half-yard pack, so we do still have these. But anyway, I want to make that. Won't that be so cool? And it has these lollies in it.
Which gives you 4 different prints, if you don't know what a lolly is, in each half-yard cut.
Yeah.
So it's not a fat quarter, it's like a quarter of a yard almost. No.
Well, these are half-yard cuts. But, oh, you mean one lolly.
If you was to cut the prints apart, it would be 9 by 22, be a fat.
Which I won't.
8.
I mean, I've done her lollies and other quilts, and I just cut them. And
Well,
so
it really-
then it gives it this kind of this more scrappy look. But
And these lollies don't have a line in them, which a lot of them in the past have had a
there it
little
is called Greenstone.
Greenstone. They've had a little black
Yeah, these don't have a little black line in them.
No, you can cut them up accordingly, look like you pieced it.
Yes, so anyway, I'm excited. I
There's
want
a
to make
lot
this.
of beautiful prints
Yeah,
in there.
there's way more than you need in there. I don't remember how many, but they're all half-yard cut. So anyway, that's what I'm going to use for where you see all the colors. Where you see the light color is this Essex linen.
Limestone, which goes great with greenstone.
Greenstone limestone. Perfect wording.
Yes.
And then where you see the solid blue is going to be this green for Greenstone.
Ooh.
Greenstone, limestone, green.
I think it's just lovely.
I think it's lovely.
I think it's lovely.
Yes, I want to make it.
So that's where you see all that solid blue on the
Yes.
edges of the blocks.
Yeah, it's going to be this green.
Oh, I love that. You know, that would match really good in my house because I have the green theme going, you know,
Yeah.
and that funky green.
We'll see. It might just live in the bag for a good while. You'll be done with, you'll have changed your colors by then.
I will have bought my own pack and done my own thing with it.
Yeah.
That pattern is really cool, but it is going to take some time. It is not going to be a Villa Rose fast sew. No.
Which, I mean, I do enjoy.
I do enjoy
the time. It's just sometimes here at the shop, it feels like, you know, you're trying to get stuff done for the shop, that it's hard to slow down and
enjoys that.
and take
we
the
all
time.
need to take a breath and enjoy our progress
Just enjoy our
and the whole
time.
process.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to show you another cross stitch. This is Christmas in the Round, and I showed you last week that I have, you know, totally finished it, which I just did like if you was making a yo-yo, you put the stitches around the edge, you pull it tight, and then just kind of laced it. I done with this fabric the same technique, and it's going to go like that. Now, I have yet to find anything to go around the edge. This morning I got in my sewing room.
You didn't like the...
I didn't like the chenille because it's not the right color. It's blue-green and it's brown, and I think it needs to be this really funky green color, or it needs to be
with the black.
a black or a red. But I had kind of put this in there and thought that kind of looked good, like this.
Yeah, I kind of like that.
So you would just glue that in there, and then the tie, of course, or the hanger, not the tie, but that's black. It's not very festive for Christmas, but I put red in there, and I was like, oh, that's like really stark. You know, it's a true contrast. But the black, I'm not
hating it.
Not hating it. Still wish
Maybe
I had
could
that
love
fun.
it.
Yeah, I thinking I would still love to have that funky green, but
No luck.
no luck yet. No, so we'll see. I don't have any in my house, and we don't have any here in that funky green. And we have several greens, not that green.
Here, I'm going to show you two things that we
I love
kitted
that.
yesterday for our Friday shopping, so you're getting to see them early.
Yes,
so
I love
the
that.
pattern's called Gumbo. It'd be a really quick sew, 54 by 64. So here's uses 12 fat quarters. Here you go.
Ooh.
Now we cut fat quarter packs all the time in 16s.
So any of those would work.
Any of those would work, but we actually made this for the kit. But aren't those pretty? These are art gallery fabrics. I just love them.
I do too.
Little bird. So I mean that's all it takes is these fat quarters, cutting them up, and then here's the binding.
Yeah, no background, anything like that. So good to go.
So I mean the price is $52.01.
So when you make a quilt for, gosh, that's even less than, I always say less than $100. If you can get a lap quilt, that's a good deal, but that's
less than 60.
Yeah, a lot of Villa Rose gives you more options because you're not having to buy background or accent or any of that, and you pretty much use every piece.
Yeah,
they don't have much scraps typically.
Room for error, so don't make any errors.
Yeah, so don't make any errors. There's no room for that. All right, I'm going to show you another block of the month that is starting in September. So this is.
We've had several people sign up for this, so if you're interested, it'll be limited.
Oh, it'll be limited. I think there's 22 that we're taking, and that's always, you know, related to the fact we can only get so much fabric. It's like a one-time deal. In the background, some of this is kind of scrappy, but it takes, I want to say 4.5 yards of one background plus all your little scrappy pieces. But because this is cream and sugar, it looks very neutral. I decided to add pink and red, so mine is strawberries, cream and sugar. And the girls have just been going like bonkers and getting all the blocks cut. So I only have 2 months done on the board over there, and I didn't even get over there to take it off. But look at the pretty pinks and reds. The line is called the Flower Farm, I believe, by Bunny Hill. And then the majority of the background is this Essex linen blacks. But yeah, I mean, look at some of the pretty colors. It's going to be really a neat quilt. And I love a good neutral quilt, but the strawberries and the red and the pink with the blacks. Gorgeous.
Yes, very pretty.
So I have all these packets here in a little container, and I need to get going on it because I'll get behind is what'll happen. Right now I have September, October done. You're like, oh, that's way out there. Well, it won't be because our fall is super busy here at the shop anyway.
Okay, so I'm going to show you another one we cut yesterday called Victoria. So it's similar in that it's going to be a quick sew, uses 12 fat quarters. It does have where you could put a border on it, but we just did the fat quarters.
The optional border would make it 59 by 75, and you would need 1.25 yards of that.
Yeah, so 48 by 64, and it's very fall colors. So that's what we picked for that, and I love this print. I think that would be so fun cut up.
Oh yeah.
And I would just cut it. I wouldn't even fuss with
making it look a certain way because it's kind of a what the word they use, cheater fabric.
Yeah, and here's the binding.
Ooh yeah. So if you want a good fall quilt, that would be gorgeous with some flannel.
And it's $51.32. It's the same price as the other one. So
48 by 64 makes a great lap quilt for someone special.
We'll be showing these on Friday.
We will. So. And I think I'm through everything then. And that was your last thing.
Yep. All right. Well, have a great weekend.
I'm going to show you one more thing. Now, this is not mine. I didn't make this, but one of our employees, Miss Letty, made it.
Yeah.
Look how pretty it is.
It is so pretty. It's so cute.
So we do have that pattern here, and I think it's a Plum Street sampler pattern, and it's cross-stitched. And I want to say she did it on 20 count, kind of an ivory color.
Yeah, she did a very nice job.
Very nice job. I just want to share that. Not mine, but I get to share it.
Yeah. Okay, have a great weekend, and maybe next week we'll have some more progress for you.
Hope so.
See
and
you
then
Friday,
Friday, which is
tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
See you for shopping.
Bye.
Bye.